change those words, whether it's slavery or if it's labor or someone who would be an employee. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Amidst
Okay.
multiple legal woes, Donald Trump posted an all-caps message to his Truth Social platform claiming, quote, "A president of the United States must have full immunity, even for events that, quote, cross the line." The post reignited fear of an authoritarian crackdown on democracy if Trump is reelected. The ex-president ended his rant by writing, "God bless the Supreme Court." Trump appointed 3 of the 9 sitting justices on the right-wing majority court, which is likely to rule on Trump's eligibility to appear on the 2024 ballot, as well as whether he can be shielded from prosecution. Ruth Ben-Ghiat, an NYU professor and expert on authoritarianism, said, quote, "Trump is telling Americans very clearly that he will be jailing and killing Americans. Anyone who votes for him is complicit with these future crimes," unquote.
Yeah, I think this last part is pretty extreme. Trump is telling Americans he'll be jailing and killing Americans. Anyone who votes for him is complicit in future crimes. I think that's
That's
a bit extreme,
yeah,
but
because they're
this
probably fearful. I'm sorry. You go. You finish.
well, what I was going to say is that overall, this is still very scary. Saying that the president should have full immunity. That's scary talk right there. If I don't see the Supreme Court actually, even with the people that Trump has put in there, I don't see them actually doing that because
Well,
for the future it'd be scary. Every president after Trump will be in a position where they completely immune to any kind of criminal prosecutions. That's
but
scary.
but the thing is, what I really have a problem with is the fact that every president before him has had that same immunity. The only thing is just that he hadn't been prosecuted and pushed up in public and shown all of their ugliness. They've all been doing things all across the world for decades that you and I both know of, and they just weren't put out on Front Street the same way that they will put him out there. So that's the part that bothers me, is that all of a sudden people scared of of Trump, when he's no different. He's probably has the least amount of blood on his hands of all the presidents that have run before him. So
Well,
I don't really believe, I don't get all of that. That's all a psych game to try to put more fear like that. They play the fear mongering game in this country to try to run you away from who's going to actually make change for the country. And
what's scary is the precedent of giving a president total immunity and then putting that in the law, and then they'll use that in the future. So every time if a future president does something really extremely crazy over the top, they're gonna man, I've been missing comments. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. How long ago are these comments? Hold on,
that's
hold
me.
on.
That's probably me.
Oh yeah, I see your first one. It said peace family. It says, should I visit for a while? Another one says he did not say that, they reinterpreted it as that. Okay.
Exactly. That's the part that I'm talking about. Like this woman, that's her actual words. Because I mean, the judiciary doesn't work like that, bro. Like, regardless, just because he put them in their position. I mean, and not to say that there's others that he didn't put in there, but they're trying to use him as a like, they're so fearful that they're going to be the ones that's going to be getting jailed, or getting killed, or this, that, and the other, because they know their crimes is why that they're making such blatant and strong words against him, because they're still trying to use the court of public opinion to go against him. And that's the main thing, because they can't do anything because he didn't really commit the crimes that they can, except maybe grabbing some coochies. But other than that, like, he didn't do all this other stuff they trying to say he did. It's just like, it's all political theater and mind games that they're playing on the people. And
Um,
and once the proof, when the proof is out there, which is there, and the reason why he hasn't been convicted is nobody has ever said that he did anything wrong. That's the whole thing. Like with Cat Williams, did anybody say he lied? No, but you know they're trying to keep up this whole thing. Like shit, Fannie like bro. There's so many people that's done got way more dirt on him that's trying to put him in jail, and they should be in jail. But
so like my brain is going 1,000 a minute on this one, but the Facebook user, he said he did not say that they reinterpreted as that. I think he's talking about this part where they're saying they will be jailing and killing Americans, that part. But he did say, you know, the president should have total immunity. They just put that on the screen. That was his post. Those were his words. And like I say, that's scary. You know, I mean, it's one thing to be about like crimes against humanity, bombing people around the world, and extrajudicial killings as far as like using the military in that way, which past presidents have been doing for a while now. But that's kind of like politics as far as like the way that they move, as far as they're like protecting the United States empire, if you will. But if you have a president who's doing something like shady that's totally for his own personal benefit, you know, then that's a whole nother thing.
And I'm not saying that part's not scary. That part's not scary to you.
No, I don't agree with them doing the extrajudicial killings, like freaking personally sending a drone to, you know, kill somebody that, you know, the United States feel is a threat, and they're like in a whole nother country or whatever. They're like a leader of something or whatever. And they're like, it's not even a war proclamation or nothing like that. Shit is totally wrong and should be illegal. Well, it is in international court of law. But what I'm talking about is the precedent of a president doing things that are like completely illegal, like illegal in the United States. Illegal.
But that's the whole thing, bro. All right, because see, we're saying that he's acting totally out of his own, you know, with an agenda of his own, shall I say. Now, the whole thing is that's how it's being presented to the public, because he's maybe just be acting out of what the right thing to do, but because they have more control over the media that will tell you what their side of it, that he's doing things that's just totally out of, you know, that makes no sense, and this has to be something that he just wants to do for himself. What kind of deal has he made with Russia? What kind of deal has he done here, and this, that, and blah blah blah. But anybody can go kill up thousands, millions of people across the world, run coups on people's country, and decide that that's okay, you know, to run through right now, allowing to fund Israel to kill off a bunch of Palestinians with no ends until they feel that they're ready to stop. Like, all that's fine until somebody that comes in is like, hey, that's not right, and you know, smack their hand and say, no, you
looks like we got us another hit.
Yep. No, we not doing that no more. Then they got a problem with him.
The Justice Department pointed to a series